His house smells like banana leaf, I bet.
Fried fish.
Filipino?
Thanks, bro. All right, welcome to the Fat Benji Podcast. I am your host, Benji Aflalo, and I am fat as ever. That's the Fat Benji promise. I will say this, I am starting...
Is this the camera?
That's the camera, yeah.
This one is what you're looking at?
I'm doing my Fat Benji monologue.
Sorry.
This is how we start the show.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm getting fatter, but it has occurred to me to start getting skinnier. In my journey of getting fatter, people will constantly be like, "What are you doing? Like, what's going on with like this and that?" You did it too. People like kind of be like, "Why are you getting fat? You keep getting fatter." They want to tell you how fat you are, and I keep telling them I'm fine. I used to be very skinny for a long time. I'm getting fatter. I feel as fat now as I did when I was 130 pounds. I'm not 130 pounds anymore. But I recently was in a text group with my normie friends. I think some of them resent me because of my showbiz success. So they're like telling me I'm fat, and I'm ready to maybe challenge the townies I grew up with and get skinnier. There was no Fat Benji last week because I wrote on the Tom Brady roast.
Congratulations.
Thank you. They put the kike in the corner with the laptop, and I write the jokes for the Gentiles. That's how it goes. It went really well. Nikki Glazer did really great. I didn't help her with her jokes, but she did great. She's really dialed in right now. She's dialed in. She's a good actress. I've worked with her on set. Good actress.
What's that?
She was on Alone Together with me. Wow. She's a good actress.
Do you regret doing that?
No.
That show?
No. Why would I?
Because it hurt your reputation?
I didn't have a reputation.
Then you got a negative one. You went from 0 to minus.
Because it was like ABC, Disney, or whatever?
Oh, my God. It's like, yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. People liked it. Diverse millennials loved it.
Oh, yeah. This is what the bubbles people get into. Like, everyone loves the show I'm on that gets a 0.1.
It didn't do well. But no, people, I got recognized here and there at the right Chick-fil-A. Anyways, as I mentioned...
Zenko famous.
I'm getting fatter. I have a recommendation for fat people, and it's golf shirts.
Why?
Because
They're breathable.
They're breathable. They allow you to move. They're really cheap.
Can't spell move without moo. How's that for a roast?
Anyways, if you're getting fatter, wear golf shirts. Don't pay full price. You can get nice ones at Costco, or you can get pretty decent golf shirts at like Nordstrom Rack and stuff. Our guest today is Ari Shaffir. A lot of people consider this guy King Kike of comedy.
Some people do. How does that make you feel?
That you're the King Kike?
If you had applied yourself, you could have been King Kike.
Well, you're older than me.
Yeah?
I've done some things you haven't done.
Like what?
I have an Emmy, bitch.
Models? Oh, yeah. Wow. You have an Emmy. For what? Alone Together?
No, I wrote on an award show.
Which award show?
The Spirit Awards, Independent Film Spirit Awards.
Way to say you're gay without saying you're gay.
It's not the Gay Awards. It's for independent film. It just sounds gay. What are you thinking about,
gays.
gay guy? Quit laughing, you who doesn't want to be on camera, off camera.
Get over here.
Yeah, and maybe I'll win another one for the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless they screw me over. I think they did.
What do you mean? Don't put you in?
No. So I hate unions.
They're always screwing over Jews in Hollywood. Yeah.
I hate unions.
Yeah.
Like, I knew when all the people were protesting the union, they really just do stuff for, like, showrunners. Because showrunners want to stay toe-to-toe with their executive friends that they went to, like, Northwestern with. They don't really care about, like, the variety writer who makes $12,000 a year, you know? Right. So they did this thing where instead of giving me a weekly rate, they gave me 11 days at a day rate. And I think that way when I get, if there's residuals, I don't know exactly, but I think they're
You won't be
over.
like a regular. It's what the Mary Lynn Rice Cup did on 24. Whatever. They made her 24 recurring roles. And then when she booked Little Miss Sunshine, they're like, oh, we need you for 24. She goes, I'm not a series regular. I'm not under contract. Fuck off.
Right, right. So I suspect that. And then what I also know is this, which I don't really know how I got fucked over or how they plan on fucking people
You better
over.
get your goddamn Emmy or steal one.
Right. I better get a fucking Emmy if they win one. If I don't, I'll call a kike.
Yeah.
But
you just make one on Hollywood Boulevard.
Basically, the whole roast, people are like, hey, they keep booking more people. They keep booking more people. If this roast runs longer than 3 hours, we get a bump up in our pay.
Oh, really?
But then I find out if you're on the day rate, you don't get the bump up. So I was like, there's the first fucking Jew dick up my ass.
Well, Netflix is barely getting by.
Then, I know. Then, if you look at the roast right now, it ran live because it was like live event, 3 hours, and it went like way over 3 hours, maybe like 3 hours and 15 minutes. 2 hours and 59 minutes on Netflix.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
But it already went over 3 hours.
I think maybe I'm no union lawyer, but my guess is in the residuals it doesn't count as a 3-hour thing. No, I don't.
You don't know any.
They all unfollowed me because of my clips. I check who unfollows me. Like a lot of people unfollowed me.
People unfollow me because of my clits. I'm a trans.
You are?
Yeah.
You
they
have
unfollow me because of my clits.
Whatever your pussy would look like after surgery would be so gross. If I had to think of someone
Dude,
whose new pussy would look the most disgusting, it would be yours.
I would want to make so many specific like enhancements. I was like, I want to shit out of it and piss out of my ass. Can you do that for me while you make this?
You want to redo all the pipes.
Just make it fun and new. If you're gonna make it new, make it wild. You know, remember those cars where you could put like they had like a thing for flour in it. It was maybe a Toyota, I think, Scions or something.
Oh, the Bugs had a little flour.
Yeah, and it's like that's not standard. They made it standard. I want to shit out of my pussy.
Like a dolphin or a pigeon.
Those are my trans names, dolphin and pigeon.
Really?
I kept going back and forth.
Sup, pigeon? Hey, girl.
Right, bro? Right.
I actually, on this topic of the protesting, I thought this was interesting.
What protesting?
I was talking about the union fighter people who go.
Oh, so they were protesting for what?
Better rates for writers, but it always only helps the writers who make tons of money.
Oh, right.
Like, did you know SAG? Once you make a certain amount of money a year, you don't have to keep paying. So we all pay, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like 1% of what you make, right?
Yeah.
But once you make more than
right.
200 grand,
Yeah.
there's a cap.
Yeah.
So some bitch who's like a waitress is paying a larger
Percentage
share.
wise. Yeah. And Tom Cruise can't afford to keep going for 1%. Like,
Yeah.
no, let him off the hook. And it's like, we're barely getting by.
Yeah.
You can't make health insurance. You got to have 38,000 now to get basic level insurance. Used to be 13 grand.
Right.
No copays, no nothing.
Yeah, I don't have union insurance anymore. But yeah, that's
You've
how
got
they get
the
you.
fucking Jew insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, something where you know the doctor.
No, you don't get it through doctors.
Just go to Marty.
No, it's not like that.
Yes, it is.
Do you have a kike thing where you know someone?
Yeah, you just the community, keeping the community. Just go to Marty. That's what they say. Just
Well,
go
you
to Marty.
come from religious Jews. You guys do have just tricks.
Went to a black doctor once.
What was the black doctor? What was wrong?
What?
What was wrong?
What do you mean? With him?
What with you?
Oh, I just needed a doctor appointment.
Like a general physician?
Yeah, but you know what? Jewish black doctor.
Oh, he was a Jewish black.
Convert, part of the community.
Love that.
Yeah.
He met a Jewish girl?
What?
He met a Jewish girl and converted?
Yeah, a long time. I think in the Navy.
I feel like you're just lying.
I'm not. It sounds like I am. I believe you that it sounds like I am.
Everything you're doing with your eyes.
No, because I'm trying to remember exactly what the
weight.
situation was. I think he converted before he met the lady, and she was also like one of yours, you know?
Oh, a dark one?
Yeah, and so it was like we just thought it was a black family, and it was like no, she's just like, you know, on the very edge of Jewish. And
She
then-
was.
Yeah, and then he was just black.
So you think because she was a brown Jew, you didn't consider her fully Jewish?
No, I did for sure, but we all thought like, who's this black family that's in our school?
Oh.
But only one convert in there, and the kids all on the basketball team, excellent dancers. It's true what they say.
I wasn't contesting you. You act like I'm fighting you on their ability
I'm saying
to
is,
dance and play
yeah.
basketball.
Hey, there's lots of things to deny, and the Holocaust is not one of them, right? Or do you? I've heard from high-level sources you don't think it happened.
Now now as a white Jew, you're one of the light-skinned ones.
Yeah,
My
Ashkenazi.
father was one of the dark-skinned
The right-skinned ones.
Did you encounter
Jew
was
on
your
Jew?
family racist against dark-skinned Jews
In
growing
the
up?
old days, yeah. Before, when my dad was a kid, yeah.
He remembers it.
Yeah, in Israel
In
back
Israel,
then.
right.
Back then.
That was when my dad was a Moroccan, so when he showed up in Israel, I think there was racism. And my dad freed the country by killing the you-know-whos.
That was before the Jews had Jerusalem, and so all the Arabs were very kind to the Israelis back then because the Jews,
No, they weren't.
The Jews didn't have Jerusalem, so they just want Jerusalem back. So
What the fuck are
so
you
we didn't,
talking
So we didn't have
about?
Jerusalem then, so they were all pretty nice.
That's not true.
Really? Because they
Yeah.
all just say they want Jerusalem.
No, Arabs,
But if they already had Jerusalem, then what were they mad about?
they don't like Jews.
Oh,
They don't
man.
want Jews around.
I get it sometimes though.
Or they want to keep us beneath them.
Blowing us. They say Jewish girls are good at blowjobs. I'd like to keep them below it. Me too. Just under the table right now. Benji, where's this fucking Jew broad that's supposed to blow me during this podcast? You made a lot of promises.
I had made no promises, sir.
You made a lot of fucking promises, bro.
Are you a self-hating Jew?
How's it feel?
I feel fine.
Really? Where's my toque? Where are you going? What are you laughing about there? Extra cheat.
So 8%
Yeah.
8% of these college protests
Which college protests?
All the Palestine protests. Only 8% of college students are really participating.
Only 8. Oh, right. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. This shit's not real.
They make it
Almost
seem
everybody's just going to class. The Indian kids are not bothering. 90% of college students who believe blocking pro-Israel.
No, it's the next slide, Jesse. Keep going.
67%, 81%, 45%, 8%. 8% of it's a meme, so it's got to be real. 8%, but you got to for the people listening at home, the 8% is big and red, and then other words are big but in white and smaller. 8% percentage. 8%. Okay, I've already got a problem with it.
What?
I'm 2 words in.
Percentage of college students who have participated in either side of the
8%,
protest.
and then it says percentage. It should go 8, and then percentage of college students who do this.
I think they're trying to
8%.
grab your attention with the 8%.
Yeah, 8%. Percentage of college students who have participated in either side of the protests. Yeah, the Asians are just going to school and they're fucking lapping us. This was, I get it now. This is all made by the Asians to get ahead.
What?
This whole Gaza-Israel conflict.
Well, yeah, China's involved. Of course they are.
To get their students to keep getting A's. It's all on curves, Benji. You haven't been to college in a long time. It's all judged on a curve. It's graded on a curve. So the more these students are out there protesting, eating their hummus out there at each other, the rest of the Asians are fucking going up by not working harder.
I
They're
know.
dead ahead. And the Indians don't get me started on.
I know. It's called soft war.
Yeah, wow.
China is trying to make us worse. Russia's trying to make us worse. Iran's trying to make us worse. Qatar's giving them all the money to the colleges, and that's why we're fucking dying. We're all fat and retarded.
8% of college. So what is it? Even if it's 6 and 2. Dude, somebody sent me. I always get these pictures. Like people sending me like, "We need you to weigh in. We need you to weigh in." And then it's always like, "Guys, I'm not weighing in on either side. I don't care."
Yeah, you don't weigh in at all on the juice. So you don't ever get upset that people want to kill you and there's anti-Semitism?
I've never seen that in real life. Legitimately, I've never seen it in real life. It's only when you're on a computer nonstop every day, all day.
I'll tell you right now.
When have you been on a college campus where you've seen anything? Go ahead. What? Where?
I was kicked once by a pro-Palestine person in New York.
Oh.
They were like in Washington, not Washington Square, Union Square area.
Yeah.
And I may have said something to them and they kicked me.
That wasn't. That's it. This is half the fucking anti-Semitism and whatever. It's they leave out one detail to prove their point. Oh my god.
I gave all the details.
Hey, your wife's an ugly bitch, and then he kicked you. I was like, it was pro-Jewish.
I didn't kick anybody. I got kicked.
You mouthed off in New York.
One time in New York.
Yeah.
So I went to school in Arizona in
This
Tucson.
is a Tarantino movie that never got made. Yeah.
And if a car would ever cut me off in Tucson, I'd spit on their car. I was like 18 years old,
Anti-Indian,
125
anti-Indian.
pounds. So
Yeah.
I'd spit on the car. I'd be like, "You're gonna cut me off? I'm spit on your fucking car." Okay. I'm 2 weeks into living into New York. A car cuts me off. I spit on it. Dude, a fucking 6'7" Russian guy gets out of the car. He's like, "What the fuck you doing? You spit on my truck?" I go, "Well, you cut me off." He's like, "You think you're tough?" I'm like, "No."
I don't.
No. And that was like a big New York lesson for me. Do not spit on people's cars.
Yeah. Yeah,
Even if you're in the right.
Anyone in New York is about ready to snap. So anytime you try to Karen anybody, you're like taking a real shot in the dark of like, this might be today's day. This might be the guy's that's by a thread. He just got demeaned yesterday. He's waiting for someone to say, "Hey, pick up your dog poop." What the fuck?
Yeah, I remember when I was young, I got drunk at this restaurant and my buddy got us kicked out. We were at like a nice restaurant in Soho. And my buddy was like an internship at a big finance company, so he felt like big and cool.
Story trucks.
More juice shit.
Yeah.
And he told some couple that he would buy their life, and we got
Buy
kicked
their
out.
life?
He goes, "I'll buy your life." I don't know how it came up. We were drunk, and we got kicked out of that restaurant super fast. And then I thought it'd be funny to sit outside the restaurant and roast people as they walked by,
Yeah.
and that didn't work out well either. But I've learned.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
Anyway,
done it?
that's why I think most of these reports of stuff are overshot and half details left out. They're like, it's just so, it's not really happening. Nothing's really happening.
Do you think you could walk around there in a tallis and Jew gear and feel comfortable?
I have never done that. Why would I do that?
I'm just saying, could you if you wanted to? Don't you have some like religious Jew cousin that you feel bad about can't do that and they're
No, we can
comfortable?
walk around with a yarmulke in New York. Yeah, there's tons of them. They're disgusting. They're trying to get you to wave their sticks on fucking October all day. Here, take my stick and lemon.
What about BLM? Did you protest for the blacks?
Well, I just glanced at it, so I was trying to help by making caca everywhere. But it turns out the L is what I missed at a glance.
Wait, you were trying to what?
Make caca. I just thought it was BMs.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm trying to help the black community with
And
these
you
BMs.
were showing up at the marches trying to defecate?
and they were thinking it was a fucking hate crime, and I'm trying to help. I'm actually trying to help. It's just misconstrued.
You've got a big heart.
Big heart, big anus.
Turns out BLM hates Jews too, though.
Wait, what? Did I march at the BLM protest? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Did you go? Did you post a black square?
No.
Why? Don't you like black people?
I did not post a black square. I did not post a blue square for cops and not for Israel. I did post a red square recently when my girlfriend started her period. Which one is what I'll talk to when I say things? Is it this one?
Is that once a month you post the red square?
Yeah.
That would be
People
really
wanna stay
funny.
off my back.
I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe you do the bloody hands on your.
Oh, yeah, not
or
bad.
just show up to sets with blood all over your face.
I'm gonna now post one of those no hates, or I stand with Haiti. Any of those, the old ones, bring them back. I'll bring them back. Let's bring back all the old avatars.
Oh, after there was the French cartoonist who got killed.
Something like that.
You want to be like, I'm still with those dead French cartoonists.
Hey, I haven't forgotten. Remember we all said we never forget? Well, we did, and now I just remembered because it came up in memories.
Miss LA ever? You miss living here?
This time I do. This time I did for sure.
What's making you miss it?
I was driving from LAX to the Pasadena. And I just passed by it's really green right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn. I passed by a golf course. I played a bunch. And I'm like, yeah. I saw an old picture of Edgar from like 12 years ago. He looked like a boy. Like a little boy.
You seem like kind of turned on by that.
Oh, yeah, it was hot. First I was confused, but I dealt with it the rest of the day. And now I want to build a time machine so I can go back and fuck Edgar.
When he was young, everyone was like, he's fucking people. Like, people were like, he's gay, and that's why he got passed, remember? It's like showbiz stuff where they go, oh, this comedian helped him out because they're secret gays or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
They did that with Matt Rife, too. It's just what they do with, like, handsome
They did it with
guys.
they have an excuse for everything. Oh, Aziz is only getting ahead because he's like Indian, and all these other Indian comics are like, but I'm not getting ahead. It's had nothing to do with the scripts he wrote. Anyway, I just missed that time of LA. We were all broke and fucking having fun, getting your fucking grandmother's place in Malibu to go do drugs because we couldn't afford a place.
We were poets.
We were poets. What does that mean?
I think that the career wasn't really bustling, and I think our hearts were really in it. We weren't really like in it to like get ahead on the internet or book it. Like, we were at an empty comedy club trying to do something that felt authentic, and there wasn't necessarily a goal of.
There wasn't even a line to get ahead.
No.
Fucking this new talent coordinator taking over yet. So the old talent coordinator was
Oh, the old talent coordinator at the store.
yeah.
What do you think about him?
It's looking back, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, the old town coordinator, not the old town coordinator.
Which one? Which one?
The blonde one I was talking
Oh
about.
yeah, I love him.
Yeah. And then the other one kind of changed it and kind of ruined it, to be honest. It went from this dark place that you talk about with really poets, and the other one just reached out to every fucking celebrity, and he's like, I really don't care about your talent level. You are big. You are big, so we will have you. And it shows in the podcast world is all happening. Where it's like, I don't want my friend on. I'll have a big guy with a lot of followers. Because they're all just fucking money grubbing us's.
Okay,
and this old talent coordinator, not the old one, but the old new one, was that. He goes, hey, are you famous? Come on down. Let's bump these poets.
All right, we're teasing him.
No, that's fair.
But I will say this: he once did this thing that I thought was very thoughtful.
What do you do?
I
Stop
won't say
giving
the
me
name.
spots?
I won't say the name.
Yeah.
But there was a comedian who was an alcoholic,
Okay.
and he's talented.
Okay, first of all, this narrows it down to 800.
And he said, and we love him, but he's an alcoholic. And he said, I only book him at 8:15 because if I book him any later than that, he's going to be wasted.
Wow.
I thought that was very thoughtful.
Yeah.
That's a good talent coordinator.
When I was doing my TV show, it's not happening. I had Artie Lang on at one of the shows, and I had him on last. He was a bigger name, and he was gonna. And then his handler or whatever agent comes over. Hey, can he go on first? And I was like, I mean, if he needs to, whenever celebrity. I'm like, but why? That's gonna be weird for whoever's to follow like a bigger name. Why? He goes, he's having a diabetic withdrawal. And I looked over, he's fully asleep at like 6 p.m. And I was like, yeah, I'll get him up and get him out of here.
He's not dead, huh?
What a fucking buck the odds thing. Call him right now. Text him right now. Message him. See if
I
he
don't
wants you
know him
dead. See if he
personally.
wants you dead.
No,
See if
I
he
don't
wants you
know him
dead.
at all. He doesn't follow me. I don't follow him. I would want to know. If I knew Owen Benjamin personally, I'd want to know, like, hey, do you want me
I
dead?
don't follow the story enough about Owen Benjamin. I just hear things. I really don't know.
Right.
It's the stuff I don't really get involved in. They were talking about one of our friends got in trouble for a joke, and everyone's talking about it in the comedy world. And let's say it was an I don't know, whatever. let's make something up. Anti-Eskimo.
Okay.
Went on an anti-Eskimo rant or whatever. And we were like, I can't believe he said that. Or like, well, I think he meant this or whatever. And then Emma Willman, we're all talking about, she was just going downstairs to her spot. She goes, well, I can tell you what it wasn't. And we're like, what? Like a comedian in 2022 going off on stage in front of an audience about how much they hate Eskimos and unable to hold it back anymore. I can tell you that. Mm-hmm. So when I hear everybody think about all these comments, like, this is crazy now. I'm like, it's probably not true.
Right.
You know, it's fun to get involved in the storyline of it, though.
Are you rich enough to like get a house in LA also and like be bi-coastal? You're not? You should be rich though. No, do you not try hard enough?
I don't try hard enough.
Like you could grind harder on the road and.
You know when everyone got way ahead during COVID?
Yeah.
I went to Ecuador for 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you regret that?
No, it was amazing. It was the best. All those guys are now having their nervous breakdowns with their millions.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They cry to me, man.
About what?
On the phone, they cry about their lives. I'm not using hyperbole.
No, I believe you, but
They're
I don't understand.
in tears on the phone,
About
crying
what?
about their millionaire lives.
But what is the problem?
I don't see my family. I work too much. I'm missing this. I'm not doing this. I didn't sell out my second show at a fucking giant theater.
It's never enough with comedians.
Oh my God.
They're fucking babies.
They're babies.
Right?
Yeah.
Talent coordinators.
Do you ever
know.
deal with them?
How are you? Are you?
Hold on. It's working.
I remember at one of my lowest depressive points.
Yeah.
I was in New York, and I talked to you about it, and you gave me all this advice because you were at one point very depressed.
What advice did I give you?
You just told me about your whole story and like how you like.
What a fucking narcissist. Oh, you're depressed? Let me tell you about me.
No, I was asking you. I was asking you. I think I was on the verge of going on antidepressants, and I was just asking you about it.
I think I said go on them. I know you were always
I
against
didn't.
them.
I still didn't.
Nice.
But I don't think I'm any better off.
Right.
But
I remember you were like, they're overprescribed. No one needs them. I'm like, overprescribed is not the same as no one needs them. It's like there's like a middle ground there.
I'm at the point now, I will say this. There were definitely points in my life where I was like, oh, thank God I don't own a gun. I'd definitely kill myself.
Yeah.
And now I own a bunch of guns and it doesn't come up at all.
Wow. Because they make you so happy.
Twitter 2 years from now. Benji's killed himself with 9
You got to start talking about Jesus a little bit, talk about the Bible a little bit, and then go silent. That's the path.
Actually, I'm really into this Christian Republican guy. You guys know who Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk. Do you know who Charlie Kirk is?
I've heard the name.
He's like this Christian Republican dude, and he goes to colleges and sets up a booth, and then college kids will try to challenge him about trans people.
It's so
and
great.
He just like runs circles around him.
Just because he's done some research.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so
and
retarded.
They're just dealing with like emotion. Like, I don't know. That just seems wrong.
Yeah, they're so retarded. But he's made me, I now believe in Christian nationalism. I think we should be like a Christian country. I think if you go to public school, you should have to sing Christmas songs. Like, I think the Christians won, and
this guy, I'm not trying to shit on him at all, but he does seem like he cries after your orgasms.
He probably has only slept with his wife. He's against, like, he's very Christian.
So Christian that he taps fucking boots underneath the fucking bathroom stall door. He's that kind of Christian.
You think he's a closet homosexual?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Look at the one on the left. No, wait. All the way on the left, down, above, down one, that one. Dude, yes.
Maybe he
went to a conversion camp and he's no longer a homosexual.
No, he would tell us that.
He would not tell us that.
Maybe he was molested. Christians get molested a lot.
They do. That's true. Can't blame him. What's he doing with Simone Biles?
People make it seem like the Jews are pedophiles, but I think Christians between the Boy Scouts and the churches,
way more.
They're getting molested way more.
Yeah.
It's because Christians are very trusting.
The Jews are pedophiles at the same rate as anybody, but we generally say, hey, we actually don't want that in the community, so we're going to call the cops.
Right.
Occasionally, it's high level, and then it's like, remember the door guy when you're working the door? Can he still get me in trouble if I say some stuff about stealing?
No.
Okay. So there's
a talent coordinator on the couch, just to be clear about it.
So you would be like, hey, there's a system of checks and balances. If somebody has to come to me in the cover booth, say, here's $20 for a ticket, and then I print him up a ticket, give it to the door guy. The door guy says, oh, okay, he paid $20. Now we take your receipt, rip it a little bit. The waitress goes, they paid $20. Checks and balances. Now, if they handed me $20 and I said, you're a comp ticket, because if you were staying at the Hyatt next door, they're like, you get in free, or I got a 2 VIP pass, like, let me print you up a ticket. But they pay you $20. If the door guy's like, hey, did they pay you? And it's a checks and balances. Now, what they never understood is if the door guy and the cover booth guy are just like, should we just split this? then there's no checks and balances.
I guess what would be good
Why
for
did I
the
bring that up?
podcast,
Yeah.
will you just look right at that camera and just tell Peter Shore how much money you owe him?
First of all, no, Peter, I wasn't stealing like that. Other people were. What I would do is
You know a lot about it, though.
I wasn't a rat. I wasn't a fucking rat. I saw it happen.
Because you kind of talked about like multiple ways to steal.
Yeah. So what I would do is potluck was not over, but it was after 9 o'clock. And they say free before 9, $5 after 9. And so it's 9:04. We're still doing the fucking employees. So it's up to us to charge or not. We're charging, ringing in a free ticket, using that $10, 2 tickets, Pink Dot, Ben and Jerry's, and Doritos.
Do you think it's fair to say you owe Peter Shore $20?
Yes, that is fair. I'll give you that. That's the problem with rhetoric now. Even if you just some minor thing that people are like, no. But I'm like, that is fair. That is fair. I won't give it to him, but that is fair. I have to see the will. Because I owe it to his mom. I owe it to his mom. He wasn't around then.
With interest, it's way more than 20 now.
Yeah. This is all a metaphor for Gaza and Israel.
Yeah.
Gaza was talking shit.
I want to show you guys
They got
this.
smacked by a fucking towel.
This is how...
No one cares on college campuses, you're telling me. I love that stat. I think that's true. I think they're just like, they're spray painting. Dude, so one of those guys who said, we need you to weigh in, sent me like this, and it was like, here's Jewish students protesting with Palestinians. You see the joy there? And then I don't respond to any of these, but I'm like, they're wearing masks. It was 6 Jewish protests singing, and like the women are wearing yarmulkes, so already you know what kind, and they're wearing masks. And I'm like, it's 2024, and they're outdoors
Those aren't
wearing
real
a
Jews.
COVID mask.
Those aren't real Jews.
They're wearing a COVID mask outdoors
Those
in
are fake
2024.
Jews.
That's all you need. They're just taking ideas. I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to believe in.
There is this new thing now that there's like a pro-Israel algorithm, and you have all these Jews like trying to be content creators now.
Yeah.
Where they're like, "Hi, I'm Rivka, and I love Israel, and I'm funny." Wah, 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 wah.
Oh,
and there's
God.
like all this like
Oh, my
pro-Israel
God.
influencer
It's
shit
so
now.
horrible.
And they're always reaching out to me, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, Benji? I did a Wheel of Fortune parody about Israel. Please repost it. We have to tell everyone how wonderful we are."
They're all just trying to get their own likes. That's the thing. It's like, we need to do, like, I should get likes on your, God damn, I
It's
fucking
not
hate it. No one
helping.
gives a shit about Ukraine anymore. No one gives a shit about anything.
Yeah. I want to share this article. This
is
is an IndieWire article. Basically, all the art directors.
Was it right about your fucking dumb award show you won an Emmy for? You won a gay award for a gay show.
How many fucking Emmys you have? You know how much gay shit you did when you were young? Commercial auditions?
World's Best Dad?
Growing out an afro just so you could book fucking bullshit?
No, I already had the afro.
Bullshit. You did it to be quirky.
No, that was the wristband. the tennis wristband?
You're the successful one. You've probably done more,
Yeah.
gay shit than I have.
Oh, dude, there's some hot tub stuff I can't even tell you about.
So basically, the art directors
Bradley Cooper.
used to have this program where they would like help develop young people to be art directors, and they're putting
Grooming, it's called.
grooming. They're putting an end to it because there's literally no jobs, and they're saying that they don't want to encourage anyone to go into this business, and they're saying like,
What?
yeah,
Oh.
because the whole showbiz thing is just completely dead.
What do you mean there's no art directors?
There's basically no business for them anymore. None of them have jobs, and they haven't worked in 18 months.
Wow. So they're like, hey,
We're not encouraging young people to think this is a profession anymore because it's not.
wow.
It's funny because I used to work with some art directors.
What
and
is
when-
an art director?
Art directors, like if you're like, hey, I need this room to look like a grandma's house in 1978. They go, sure, got it. And they like source the couches and the things. and they-
CGI now.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever see the one with Elliot Page? And it sees Elliot Page going into a room, and then side by side it shows that Elliot Page is in his futuristic place. And so you see Elliot Page going in, just green screen all around.
Right.
Stops. Elliot Page goes down and then back up, and then but then Elliot Page is buying something from someone who's not even there. It's a wild video.
It's all done.
God, that was
So that's why
difficult.
showbiz is dead. 75% of them are unemployed.
And the rest are protesting Gaza.
Yeah, they do like because they're artists, so they're easily brainwashed by Arabs. So yeah. But I was gonna reach out to one to be like, hey, can you help me do a podcast studio look? But I was like,
Yeah.
nah, they're professionals.
They're out
What
of-
do
they're
you
out of
think?
work.
What do you think?
Just like too many doctors, they all want to pot doctoring.
Oh really?
Yeah, because like I can't get fucking. They made a bunch of doctors. the universities, and they're like, it's hard to actually get business as a doctor. And then everyone's like, well, you can $60 for 10 minutes. You can just whip people out, give them their pot license.
Those are medical doctors doing
Yeah.
that?
You
What
had to be
state?
a medical doctor here back when it was before.
Oh,
it was like,
back then.
Yeah.
Back then. Yeah.
So yeah, they'll do podcast studios. Better than this one that's being used by fucking 50 people. Cheap.
This place is nice.
Overused.
This whole view?
Yeah, it's like someone else.
You've seen
has
it
been
too many
here.
times?
No, I've actually only seen it in years.
How do you guys feel? When you were single, did you sleep with a lot of fat girls or no?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
I was never happy with it. You know what they would really get me? Is when they would have a picture online, and then it was an old picture, and they show up at the door once you've agreed to, like, we're going to do it, to a hotel, and then then they look more like you. And then it's like, fuck. Well, I can't tell a woman, no, you're fatter than I thought. Goodbye. So I just have pity sex.
And this would be just girls you met online.
Yeah, and it feels so shitty about it.
But what about like proactively? Like, would you ever meet a fat girl when you go out and?
Hook up?
Yeah.
Well,
like you're on the road and it's your best option.
yeah, you have to take into account that they're disgusting. So probably not because of the disgust part. You know how there's like no fat chicks? You know, you ever hear that?
Yeah,
No
like no
chicks?
fatties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's I have two laws in my life. Sun's out, guns out, and no fatties.
But you would still manage to get hard for the fat girl who catfished you?
Well, I think about a young Matt Edgar. That would
Yeah, I
get
wanted
me
to
hard.
see this fat
You
girl.
cannot date fat people because you just happen to view fatness as neutral but not be particularly attracted to it.
Yeah, alter the zits. Alter your zits.
If you don't date fat people because you think being fat means that they are gross, lazy, live an unhealthy lifestyle,
Nobody cares about that.
or embarrassing to be seen with in public, that's fatphobic. But to insist your preference is for people who aren't lazy, sloppy, and disgusting.
No, nobody cares about the lazy. The lazy's like, that's for workout guys.
That means you prefer skinny people because all fat
Why don't you walk while you make this video?
That's actually bigoted. That's actually deciding that
Ugh,
one group
walk
is
around.
because of how they look. Hope that makes sense. Have a good day.
Ugh,
If you
the
do not take
the being smarmy at the end, as if they're better than you, and now they're gonna prove their point. Even if somebody goes, "Hey, damn, I really gotta challenge my own views." If at the very end she goes, "Hope that makes sense. Have a good day," it's like, actually, fuck you, bitch. I don't like you now because nothing to do with your weight. That was just rude.
You're an uppity fat bitch.
I love it. It's like it's only the looks. It's not that I think you're lazy or disgusting. It's just your looks are bad.
I disagree.
You're fat. You're too much of you.
I think
Benji, I
there's-
commented on your fat because it's gross. Not as gross as a fatter person, but still on the you know, the gross train.
I don't think I look grosser naked.
Take your shirt off.
Later.
Go behind the camera.
Later.
Go behind the camera. Take your shirt off. Let me see it. Let me see it.
No, not right
Let me just see it.
I just ate a chicken finger before this.
Let me see your belly.
No.
You know who's fat now?
Who?
If you show me your belly, I'll tell you.
No.
Ryan O'Neal. He's got to fuck it.
Oh.
He's got to fuck it. I see him sitting down. He's got to fuck it. It's just thicker.
Well, he's a hillbilly, of course.
He didn't used to be. Show me your belly.
But if you
Go behind the camera. Show me your belly.
hold on,
Let me see what we're doing with it. Yeah. Don't forget Manscaped for your all your needs.
If I get in trouble for talking about Ernie
You-
Banks,
Yeah. They're vicious.
they are.
Yeah. That's like inviting a lot of terrible shit into your life.
Can I feature for you until I get?
I'm off the road until next year. Yeah. You might get hit. Let's see it. Hold on. Now breathe out. You know who you remind me of from this angle? Bobby Lee.
I'm really strong though.
Are you?
I've been bench pressing really heavy weight and squatting really heavy weight.
Can you do 6 push-ups?
Yeah.
Do it.
No, you're just trying to tell me what to do.
I'm not trying to tell you. I'm saying I don't believe you can do 6 push-ups.
Yeah, you can. You
It's
just
not a
want
high
the
number.
power. You think you could just?
not
I'm
a-
a full-grown man.
Can't spell
I'm
power
40
without
years old.
Powerstein. If they renamed it to Powerstein, they would get all the bro dudes to be on board.
Sounds like a metal band.
No!
We are Powerstein.
We want freedom again.
Do you know where the name Palestine comes from?
Not from doing 5 or less push-ups.
What? Why do you just want to tell me
I don't
what to
think
do?
you can do it. That's my problem.
can do
You're
so
saying
much.
you're benching. I don't see you being
I can
able to
bench press more than you, bitch.
I know. I don't talk about it. You talk about it, and yet you can't even do 6 push-ups.
Why are you having me do this?
God, you're the ass of Red Band.
I know I have a big ass.
But big, but also nothing at the same time. 1, 2, good form. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wow. Now he's doing the bigger ones. Wow, that was great, buddy.
Thanks, dude. So when I went to Jewish private school, it was full of kids like fucking this. They're smarter than me.
Jews?
Yeah, they were smart. You were kind of on the dumb Jew. You were a dumb Jew, right? So all the other Jews, I felt stupid my whole life until I went to public school. So I was around these fucking big brain fucking Ashkenazis all the time.
The Auschwitz Nazis.
Yeah, but you're cooler than most of them.
I'm pretty chill.
You've taken more interesting choices with your life.
Than the Ashkenazi Jews?
Yeah, you're brave.
Yeah.
Well, most of them just like do what their dad does, or
Yeah. Or like... Fucking idiot.
this fucking Jew studio. Jesus Christ. Guess what kind of person owns this studio? We know. I want my money back. I pay money to get this studio. It's falling apart. He's a big guest. Probably the biggest guest I've had so far, and the place is falling apart.
Where'd the other part go?
My acupuncturist told me I should yell more.
Yeah, that goes in there.
These both seem like something. Yeah. This and this. Where do they go?
I'll fix it later. Go ahead. You okay, Ari?
Sue.
Oh, yeah.
Sue.
That is
Sue.
For real though. I think I threw my arm out.
You did?
Yeah, a little bit. Something's up.
Just
It's
tell it
getting
right to
worse.
Ari and Abby. They own the studio.
God, I feel like it's settlementing up.
So you have a new travel podcast.
Yeah, You Be Trippin.
Is it fun?
It's so fun. I'm loving it.
Is it kind of
really
gay
like
to
it.
be so into travel? That's like a girl thing, right? Like you meet
Yeah,
a
it's
girl?
kind of like getting into drugs at 35, 38, like I did. Also, getting way into like mushrooms and shit. Yeah, it's a little gay, but I do like hearing people's travel stories. I like hearing about weird places.
I went to Bali for my honeymoon,
Really?
and the night of my wedding, I got a really bad hemorrhoid, and I couldn't have sex on my wedding night.
Well, you could have just done it without the pegging.
No, I was like, it was a bad one. Like my whole lower area just felt like a no-no zone.
Oof.
And then when I was in Bali,
Where'd you
we
stay in Bali?
went to a few different places.
Okay.
We went to this like pharmacy, and when we were there,
Wild travel story.
yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's like this tiny little pharmacy, and then they were like a Midwest Indian couple, and we think that that must have been their first time having sex, because the girl we think had her first UTI because she had no sexual experience, and then my wife and this other lady in there started like teaching her about UTIs and stuff in the Bali pharmacy.
Wow.
That's my travel story.
That is pretty cool. That's like a real experience.
You ever jerk off on an El Al flight?
On an El Al flight?
Yeah.
Qantas.
Excuse me?
Qantas?
Qantas?
Never El Al.
Oh.
I wonder if that's true. When's the last time I went on El Al?
We did mushrooms once together.
A few times.
We did mushrooms together, and Fahim did them, and then he started yelling at Fahim, and then I stuck up for Fahim.
What did I yell at Fahim for?
I think Fahim was just like I think he was like having a moment with it, and you were like, you got to do this, you got to do that, and I'm like, Ari, just let him be, let him
Yeah.
have what he's having.
He was having a breakdown. I was trying to talk him out of it, but it was like, yeah, you're just supposed to go through the breakdown. He
Where else
he
have we
thought about the eventual death of his parents, and he just started swirling low. And I was like, get happy thoughts. But you're right. I was like, do happy thoughts.
Before I got on TV, I once did mushrooms and started crying about how my parents aren't proud of me.
Damn. I mean, it's true, but like to cry about it is tough.
But I think they're proud of me now.
Did Madonia chase you outside naked on mushrooms?
Yeah, I was supposed to do mushrooms with Madonia, and then I decided I didn't want to, so he took 2/8 to himself.
Oh my
And
God.
then I'm just like sitting in his apartment, and then all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh, he's on mushrooms, I'll hang, blah, blah, blah. And then it escalates, and all of a sudden he runs out of his bedroom, butt naked. And I'm on the couch, and he like kind of jumps on the couch and sort of like puts his like dick in my face. And I felt bad, but it's like, what are you gonna do? I fucking kicked him right in the dick really hard.
Wow.
And he was like, ah! And I'm like, ah! And then I ran out of the apartment, and then he started chasing me in a circle. Like, it was like a square-shaped hallway.
Yeah.
Chasing me naked in the hallway, and then I just, like, ran off. And I'm like, I'm out of here. Like, I just had to kick you in the dick. You're chasing me. And then a few hours later, he called me from prison or jail or whatever.
I heard he was like, you left eventually. He's like, fuck, I can't believe you left. And then he was like, you know what? No, I'm going to go after him. But 15 minutes has passed as he was thinking about that. In his head, it was like 2 seconds. And then he just runs out in West Hollywood.
Fountain and La
naked.
Brea.
And the cops were like, oh, in the car. Okay, no. It was like
I think
immediate.
nowadays, would they still arrest you?
No, they're not allowed now.
You can be naked?
Unless you can prove that he's heterosexual, then he gets arrested.
Would you kill a homeless person if you could get away with it?
Yeah, buddy. It's a consistent fucking fantasy. I mean, there was a movie about this with Gene Hackman, I think. Gene Hackman and the guy from Four Weddings and a Funeral. Let's do some medical research on homeless. And he goes, they're not part of society. And the other guy's like, this is wrong. But even watching then way back, I was like, no, this should be the medical research you do. It should be on homeless. Would you?
If I could get away with it?
Now, listen, I don't want to touch them. But if it's like a gun thing, or like march and make him go off a plank, march with like a sword.
I don't think I'd enjoy the murder, I think. But if I was like helping to clean up a neighborhood, then I would do it, yeah. If I was like, hey, like kids are trying to go to school and you're like a crazy person and no one else is doing anything and I want all these moms and kids to feel good about their neighborhood.
I'd want to do it with like, you know, that knife fight scene in Saving Private Ryan and the Jewish guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, eventually, the guy, he's like, no, please don't. And the guy goes, shh. And it starts touching his heart. And then it goes in. And then he just like gets, I want to do that with a homeless
You said
guy.
you don't even want to touch them. That's a lot of touching.
But no, not all that.
You
just
want a
the
tarp?
end.
You put a tarp?
They're sleeping. And I take the knife right on top of their heart. And I just like push it in.
I think I'm more like drive-by with a machine gun or like grenades into a bunch of tents.
That's not bad. How about this? You know how people like baseball bat mailboxes?
Yeah.
Machete the homeless as you drive, as you're in the passenger seat. Machete.
I don't have good hand-eye, and I don't want to
Machete.
be like, I tried. I hit their shoulder. Now they're yelling.
Your wrist goes back. Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it.
yeah,
I'd
okay.
rather just like, guns or
How about
grenades.
mace?
That doesn't kill them. Oh, I take this all back.
What?
I'd like to poison them. Because then it's like, oh, you thought that was Oxycontin. It's not. You're dead, you idiot. Oh, here's some Frosted Flakes. I'm from the blah blah Church of Nice People.
And just poison them out. Yeah,
I think
untraceable.
poison.
Untraceable.
Yeah, and then it's like the next day, the cops are there. You're like, oopsie, what's going on, guys?
Was that? Oh, did I give him the poison batch?
Oh, there's no fingerprints on Frosted Flakes when it's in your dumb junky stomach.
Homeless is bad here, huh? It got better. It's that I don't see him on Sunset.
Are you fucking kidding me? There's a homeless guy living permanently in this parking lot and another one right there all over.
Yeah, but it got better.
No.
It was all the way down Sunset before, and now it's not on.
Yeah,
part of
it's
Sunset.
been worse, but it's the numbers are increasing. Well, anything you want to promote?
You think it's related to Gaza?
Yeah,
The
I do.
homelessness?
Yeah. Our fucking country's bought and sold for by fucking our foreign enemies. What do you mean no?
I mean, not bought and sold for.
What?
Bought and sold by.
Bought and sold, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean by no.
Well, bought by us, sold by them. So that's the point is
Yeah.
China's got their dick up our ass. Russia's got their dick up our ass.
What does this have to do
Iran's-
with the grammar, though? It's like you're pretending that didn't happen, but
See?
they're not stopping you from using good grammar. That's you deflecting and for your own shortcomings.
All right, Mr. Smart fucking Jew, and I'm the dumb cross-eyed one. My parents didn't read to me or go to college, and you got to correct me all the time.
Well, my father did start Jordache.
What did your siblings end up doing?
Normcore stuff.
Just doctors and lawyers?
No, like my brother wears a suit to work, and
Do they give you Jew stuff where they're like, you don't post, or you could make a difference, or
a
you
little
should
bit
go
they
to
want me
Israel
to
and
feel worse. But I had this a long time ago where like my mom's father passed away, and I was in Israel at my dad's family's house, and I just found out like the day before, and then I went over, and then I was just like, how's it going? I was like, good. And then like a week later, they're like, hey, your grandfather died? And I was like, yeah. They're like, why didn't you tell us when you were there? If you knew, I understand. That's like my brother's wife's mom. Like, you should tell us. That's part of the family. And I was like, didn't really want to give bad news. I don't want to be that. So that's how I feel about all this stuff. Just don't get involved. Doesn't really affect you. So they're like, don't you see anti-Semitism all the time? And I'm like, I really don't. As long as you just close your laptop, I really don't see it. So I see all these people, like you see in that stat. Most people aren't even seeing it.
Right.
It's the overhyped stuff of being on your fucking Citizen app too much.
Okay. I
travel the country and the world since October 7th. I just haven't seen anything.
Maybe you'd be richer though. Maybe if your name was like Chris McClintock and you had the same exact brain power to do comedy.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd be one of your millionaire friends stressing out about not selling out the fucking.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to go over? Do you want to talk about your favorite talent coordinator of all time or the worst one?
God damn. What I hated was when that fucking fat one.
Most incoherent podcast
That
ever.
fat one took over and said to all the celebrities, let's fucking ruin the soul of this place.
And he just let all the celebrities in?
Yeah, and then bow down to.
The guy who got rid of Barry Diamond. How dare he? Wasn't that fat?
Wow.
He's getting skinnier.
Who is? Yeah,
The
guy. He is getting skinnier. It's only because he's not around so many donut shops.
what's her face's name again that we had for her? Baronet?
Laviolette?
Laviolette?
Yeah.
Do you remember that whole thing when
Anti-Semitism.
I didn't say anything wrong, right? Am I okay? Okay.
You're fine. Well, I wouldn't say fine. I'd say you're probably okay.
Right.
Ari, remember when you made that? You were going to make that commercial with that?
Yeah.
What was it? A commercial for?
Comedy store. Yeah, Lean's Cuisine.
Oh, okay. That's weird. I didn't know she goes there.
Oh, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got a new special coming out?
It's not, probably September, October.
I'm so happy for you, man.
Thanks, buddy.
This is a straight up special, no theme.
This is also the theme.
What's the theme?
Positivity and fucking don't vote and don't get involved with all the dumb shit you care about so much.
I'm pretty chill, dude.
You've been wiry.
I've had some moments, but
Yeah.
overall, compared to the fucking Jews who have 30 stories a day, I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty chill.
Sort of. You were one of the people everyone's like, dude, Benji's going nuts, huh?
That was just for a moment.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I realized I was going through the grieving process,
Right.
and I didn't know I was grieving.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is it? It's like anger, denial, or
Posting.
debate. I think the posting's a
Posting is
debate.
it, maybe.
What's it called? The debate? Bargaining.
Bargaining, yeah.
I was bargaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No bargaining.
I saw one message. It was like, if you haven't reached out to me before now, then like pretty much like you're cut out of my life.
I
If you
didn't
haven't-
say that.
Something along those lines. And I was like, that was 2 weeks ago. I'm just saying it now. Oh, fuck. It's way
I was
too late
pissed,
now.
dude.
Yeah.
They're fucking raping Jews.
So yeah, I love how when this happened in George Floyd too, where it's like people are like something terrible thing is going on. Let me see who's reacting not the right way, and that's where I'll put my attention. Instead of like on the actual thing, it's you guys are making jokes about George Floyd. That's not right, and like this is not helping or hurting what you're focused on.
Yeah. I think I
was
definitely
happening a
had a
lot.
moment, but I'm more or less fine now.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's because of the Emmy
And then, so your special's just about being chill and not getting involved in politics.
and show how dumb all the fucking news stories that you cared about briefly are, and how just like
Trivial.
non-voters are half the country, and you should just be proud of that.
Why do you always do a theme?
It's my English major background. It's like something to, not always, actually all of them, understated or overstated. This one's not as in your face as the other one, but it just holds something together better. You know, instead of just like, and now I guess I'm done. It's like, there's a reason all these bits are in there.
I look at it this way with you because I think you're such a strong comic.
Yeah,
Like, I consider you like, you're really creative and prolific. That my brain goes like, if he didn't do a theme, like, wouldn't it be even better? Not to say your specials aren't good.
Well,
Obviously, I respect
all
your
the
stuff.
bits are standalone. Follow Bobby, follow Mark Norman at the stand, at the cellar,
Right.
on their own, and then they're tied together in a way. You know, so it's I try to make it real hard to like not like just talk seriously for any length of time. You know, one time was like 28 seconds.
All right.
And the last one.
All right.
This
well,
one even less.
I love you, bud. Thanks for doing
Yeah, I
this.
love you too. Congrats on your Emmy.
I've had it a few
Congrats
years.
on writing on the roast,
Thank you.
uncredited.
Thank you. No, I'm credited.
Day rate.
I just don't know if they're gonna find a way to
They
chew
shouldn't
me
fuck
out
you.
of an award. If
There's a
gets
way to
one.
Tony to fucking Tony crushed. I heard Nikki
Tony
crushed. I
crushed.
heard one other person crushed, but I don't know who.
Tony and Nikki were the strongest.
Was it possibly Gronkowski?
Gronk, yeah, probably.
Was that the third? That everybody was
He
saying
was
was
really
great.
funny. He's really, really funny.
I felt so bad. It was a live thing. I was like, oh, I guess it's coming. I'm just not. I wasn't on Netflix, and everyone's like, oh my god, you were great, you're great. And then I'm like, I didn't see it
Kevin
yet.
Hart is a real talent too. I would actually say he was maybe the third before. Like he's in the moment, funny, winging it. Like also has jokes ready, but like that guy is super
He
talented.
should
Wow.
commit to this to entertainment.
Yeah, I shook Gronk's hand.
You did?
My hand was so small in his hand.
Oh, that's really nice, Benj.
Yeah. All right, I'll show you my gun now.
What? Okay, now, yeah.
It's okay. You can say something.
Nah, I just realized that
Is it?
there was somebody else now.
Okay.
Let me see your gun.
All right.
Put it in my mouth.